A very good afternoon to you, our viewers. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Punch Sports Extra, where we give you the very best and the latest happening in the world of sports. We'll be starting with a review of what went down at the weekend in the various leagues across Europe. And of course, we'll be counting down to what's going to be happening by tomorrow and next in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League. And of course, Thursday as well at the Europa League. More like the side B part of European glory, European football. But we must talk about it. And of course, the side C, where Chelsea belongs. We're also going to be talking about the fact that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have the first list released by Coach Chelle. There's a list, a very long list, even though it will be trimmed down. But we're talking about some of the players in it, some of the new players that have made it into the squad, and which player is likely to make it into the final list and which player should not make it into the final list. Finally, we'll be rounding off with the Nigerian Premier Football League, where great things are happening. Great things are happening, especially for Remo Stars, who are leading the league by a lot, well over 10 points, 11 points. And that should tell you something. Perhaps this is the season of the nearly men, Remo Stars. I have with me my co-anchor, my co-analyst, and my colleague here with me, Sulaiman Adeni. He made his debut, not his debut, his debut with me, not his debut, the second time, but this is the third time on the show. It's good to have you again, Adeni, Sulaiman.
Yeah, it's good to be on the show again. I hope we have a good show.
I hope so too. Very quickly, let's begin with the front page of our newspaper, Punch Sports Extra. And we'll be starting with Declan Rice, of course, yesterday, getting a point for his team Arsenal and delivering, a 1 point, but I mean, not bad one, not a bad one, considering the fact that they are playing against Manchester United. Perhaps not the Manchester United of old, but Manchester United is still Manchester United. And he told the fans of Manchester United to hush and calm down. We are coming back to it, but just quickly, let's touch on this.
It was a good game. I mean, a shared point. Definitely what so many people expect. I mean, Arsenal they are not in their good form. I mean, striking with a midfielder, Moreno. Playing without a striker. I mean, a midfielder coming to the rescue. Then Declan Rice shouldn't be the one scoring the goals. We got Trossard, we had Nwaneri, and even the senior man, they thought that would come do magic. I mean, Raheem Sterling was just there, was nowhere to be found. I mean, but Manchester United, fine free kick from Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. It shows the charisma he's been brimming the club. He's been under
fire a lot recently.
Obviously,
Man United stakeholders.
I'm not a big fan of Bruno. I'm not a big fan of Bruno Fernandes myself. I mean, I think he's overrated.
Wow.
I think his
numbers are there as proof.
I mean, football nowadays is about doing little and achieving
goals,
more. Football,
the king of that midfield.
Football nowadays is about doing little and achieving more.
We won't dwell too much on talking about that for now. We'll be back later on in the show to talk about happenings in the world of the English Premier League and of course other leagues in Europe. But a quick one: Eduardo Camavinga has a price tag on his head. 70 million euros. Real Madrid have set a price tag.
That's a lot.
This has not been his best season so far.
Yes,
since he came from
I agree with you.
From the French league.
Yes,
but it has been fantastic. But this season, number one, he doesn't have enough playing time.
Of course.
Number two, he's not been.
He's not been special like we know Camavinga to be.
And he's still young. Is he losing the?
I think when a player comes from being a super sub to being a permanent player, it has a lot of effect. I mean, there's a lot of pressure in the Madrid lineup team. You see a lot of injuries, and he had to come to the rescue. Yeah. Camavinga is known for playing 10. He's
a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Can go up front.
Can go up front.
He was playing as a 3 one time.
Of course. But now he had to play 5 at a point. He played as a 3.
He's back in the middle now.
He's back in the middle. But you could see all this as a way of telling on players. When you play in the midfield role, you are this kind of player that creates chances, very good passes, and now you have to come defend, just come rescue the team. I mean, it's a lot toll on the player. But I hope
even his tackles have not been pinpoint.
Obviously.
Before. Now he's going more for the legs than for the ball. Before, he would just put that leg.
I mean, he has this Kante kind of removing the ball. Kante style of taking the ball from the opposition. Yes. Especially when the opposition is when the playmaker is on the run. Yeah. He knows how to drag the ball out and continue the play. Yeah. But now you see Camavinga going more deep, hiding the shell,
and he's getting more cuts
because he is coming from a mentality of being defensive-minded, fully defensive-minded, and not having a supportive 5 and 6, then you can see a lot of gap between the defense line, and he has to play from 3, then back to the midfield, then back to 3 again. I mean, it's a lot, and all this is like a mentality. I mean, football has a way of telling on you as a player and into the tactics of the team.
Do you think he should leave Real Madrid?
He needs to leave if he wants more playing time, and if he wants to play the position we know him to play.
All right, and leave and go where? To Chelsea?
No. There are a lot of better teams that he can formulate and he can fit in.
You don't think he should relax, take his time? He will still get the playing time he's looking for. Real Madrid.
You know, so many players in that position in Madrid
already
do not.
Tchouaméni, Federico Valverde.
You get.
But look at everybody's playing differently. I mean, Tchouaméni has played as a 5
don't.
Federico Valverde is presently playing as a
I'm not a big fan of luck, because whatever you implement on the field of play, definitely you get result for it. But I think the tactics, the play your game tactics, Carlo Ancelotti is playing now, is actually working. Individual players who are just stylish and very brilliant, but they come together to get results. I mean, it's working, but at the same time, it can't work for long.
All right, Atulobu. Remember him? Personality as
yeah.
The surprise is eyeing a German call up. This is one very controversial topic these days. You see a Nigerian playing, you say, let's go and get one area. Let's go and get this one. And Atulobu,
if you see the way the NFF has been treating players of international background over the years, you feel so disappointed.
Right.
Well, you remember Deza from Rangers.
Deza.
At the point he was being called up, and the point he was just forgotten. And
he's in form now.
We had the likes of Boniface who were not nowhere to be found in the national team, just getting call-ups upon call-ups, and this man was not given a chance at all. Then you expect a natural-born German who has never experienced Africa in his life. Atulobu is performing well, saved a lot of penalties in the past few games. Fantastic goalkeeper. He's been making names for himself in the Bundesliga, and you expect him when Manuel Neuer and the second goalie are probably out of form. Ter Stegen is injured. Manuel Neuer is also injured.
He's actually, I think he's retired now. He's retired.
He's retired from the national team. But Stegen is injured, and you think he doesn't have a chance for a call-up. Man, if I was the one, I would.
And he's still young.
Yeah, very, very young. If I'm in his shoes, I would not even think of the Super Eagles. I will not. For now, I will not even think of the Super Eagles.
You say bye-bye to Nigeria.
I will not think of the Super Eagles because you look at the welfare, you look at the opportunity, you look at the how to boost your career wise. Obviously, a call up from Germany will mean a lot of teams are on your radar.
All right. Papilo Kanuwako's son has joined a Polish club. A lot of them have their players, have their children playing
abroad.
Amunike, Dan Debu Amokachi
has
his children.
I think Oli Setu.
Almost everybody is looking for the next generation of talent.
Of course.
From his or her own family.
Of course.
I think it's a good one for Kanu.
Yes. I mean, we know Poland to be a country where we have a lot of recruits. The Poland, Norway, these Scandinavian countries, they come, even the Netherlands, they recruit a lot of African players, and we see them excel later in future. I just hope he can do the magical Papilo style.
Amen. Yes, sir. Immediate past African Footballer of the Year and first Nigerian to have won in about. Of course, he can't stop scoring goals. Powered Galatasaray's yesterday by scoring his 17th league goal of the season. That league, the race to get in the league in Turkey, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a Gala-Fener battle. Even though Gala has the edge at the moment. But Victor Osimhen, despite what happened to him in the summer, he can't stop scoring.
I think for a player who joined a team in January in the summer, it's a good record. It's a great record. 17 goals in league it's a great record. We're not talking about the old competition he has played in for Galatasaray. We're just talking about the league. In the league, 17 goals. And you see these goals are very crucial. You know, he scored he scored one against Antalyaspor. He scored 2 against Kasimpasa, but they later drew 3-3. Even this, the one they played on Sunday, they almost drew the game. But I mean, Osimhen, he proved that the agility in him is not just there for nothing.
All right, still talking about the front page of our darling Point Sports Extra. Chelsea Football Club of England are lining up £50 million for Barcelona midfielder Gavi. Chelsea are buy tomato, buy onion. Do the thing will not be sweet.
It's not even about the buying thing. It's about buying what you need.
That's what I'm saying. They are buying. They are
just go to the market.
Buying. That's what I'm saying.
Chelsea are
the food will not be sweet.
Chelsea are doing like an housewife, a housewife who
wants to impress the husband.
Who the husband say you have 300,000 naira at your disposal. I mean, based on the past economy we were operating on, and it's like, I've bought everything. What else do I need? And she goes like, let me buy sardine.
And at the
end of the day, the sardine gets wasted and or get expired, and you're like,
I thought it was supposed to be all right, you know, Chelsea and they are impulse buying. Tomorrow they are buying Osimhen. Tomorrow they are not buying Osimhen.
Why Gavi?
Gavi.
I'm still surprised why Gavi, because we have a lot of midfielders
that can play that role.
There's one we bought from Set 18, Amogu. Also a 19-year-old midfield prodigy. We said he would excel so much in life. Amogu. And we are bringing Gavi, another 20-something years old boy who will come into the team, find a way to adapt, find a way to grow up, and find a way to fit into the kind of game style we are going to. But they say they are into a plan, and I wish that plan comes to pass, because the only thing I see the American owners doing now is exploiting football. They are just exploiting. They just want profits. They are just capital intensive, and they are not even looking at
they are not
the
making their money
perspective.
back yet.
But
spent over £1 billion.
But you know definitely when the money comes, like the previous owner, like the cash out of the previous player, when they bought Havertz, the likes of Mason Mount, when they bought Conor Gallagher was from the feeders team, Mason Mount was from the feeders team, we had Havertz, Werner, who they bought from Leipzig. I mean, they made a lot of profit. Even Pulisic, they made a lot of profit from them.
That's true.
And you
Selling
see,
players.
yes, and you see, they will definitely make so much profit.
But they also wasted money buying players, giving them 5-year deals and all. All right. Very quickly, Novak Djokovic suffered his 3rd straight defeat at Indian Wells.
Sad.
What's going on?
Sad.
Is it age? Is he being tired?
I think.
Is he him not having energy or passion for? Just doesn't want to win.
The likes of if Andy Murray was still playing, the likes of Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, to compete with the millennials and Gen Zs in tennis now. We had the likes of Sinner, Alcaraz, even the one that beat Djokovic, Butik. Was born in '95 and started playing, won his major titles in 2014 or so. No Grand Slam. I mean, won an ATP title in 2014 or so. I mean, the blood.
Anybody can win.
Anybody can win an ATP, but
go and win the Grand
Slam. But I mean,
that's the big one.
The man won a major tournament in the Austrian Open, and he beats Almighty Alcaraz, who is greatly informed. But I think it boils down to age. The age-wise is just not there. He lost a lot, about 32 on fit runs he made, and that's a poor one.
A good one though, despite it not being on our front page, is my girl Coco Golf.
Yeah.
Mother in the crowd. An
Of course.
Interesting one. All right, very quickly, let's move away from the front page of Point Sports Extra. Remember, we just give you a tip of the iceberg. There's still more in that newspaper, so you just go out there, check out with your vendor, and while you're having your break in the office or you're having your afternoon sip, you can just enjoy yourself and read. Very quickly, let's move on now, like I said, to the English Premier League, and Liverpool are moving closer to clinching that Premier League trophy. And a slot has perfectly slotted in to Jurgen Klopp's position. They won 3-1 against Southampton.
Yes.
Of course, the goal king The man who has broken his own FPL record. The
Yes.
record is set. He has broken it with 10
the
more
Egyptian
games to
king.
go. The Egyptian king. A man in pole position for the Ballon d'Or trophy this season.
Yeah.
A man who can't stop scoring. A man who is almost at 30 goals in the Premier League alone this season. A man who has nobody close to him at the moment in the English football, and only few persons moving close to him as regarding performance, even in world football. 32-year-old Mohamed Salah.
I mean, at that age and still performing excellently well, it shows how good he is.
He is.
I mean, this is a man who started from Basel, then to Chelsea, then he had a poor form, then fortunately Liverpool got a hand of him, and since then he has been exceptionally
Roma
well.
one time
Came from Roma.
Was in Chelsea at
was
the
in
point.
Chelsea.
Was a journeyman.
That was a very
Before he found his
he
footing
was
with
like
Liverpool.
Ibrahimovic during Ibrahimovic's career, you know, from Inter Milan.
Zlatan
No.
Zlatan was more of a journeyman.
From Barcelona to
From
Inter,
PSV.
from PSV, you know, back to
Juve,
back to
Milan,
Juve,
Inter,
to Milan. Finally,
United.
you know, United. Finally, AC Milan. Then you could tell how the journey
Salah
has
having
helped
a
him.
fantastic season.
Yes.
2 penalties, but at least he scored.
I mean, it's so sad that Erling Haaland is not in his fine form. You know, the injury had a crisis. You know, we could have seen a loggerhead in the goal race.
Salah Haaland
the
battle.
Salah Haaland battle, but it's like a landslide. You know, and Liverpool, you know, the kind of players they have, they really give it to Salah that, okay, you are the senior man, you are the leader, keep leading us forth. And you could see most of the plays, most of the runs, most of the, you know, opportunities are onto Salah. And he has shown why he's called the Egyptian king.
All right, quick one. We'll move on from Liverpool. We must we must inform you that the woes of Manchester City have not stopped. Yes, sir. There's no resurgence anytime soon, because from the look of things, they are not getting the outside. They are outside of the top four as we speak. They lost to one of the highest performers anywhere in the world at the moment in football. They lost to Nottingham Forest, 1 goal to 40, former Chelsea boy and winner of the UEFA Champions League.
Yes,
Callum
Hudson-Odoi.
What are they eating there in Nottingham that they are not eating in Manchester?
I think one of the things I support in football right now is that the old ways are still the right way to play football. We have a lot of idealist coach in the Premier League and in the world right now. Amorim, Maresca, Arteta, Guardiola. You see all these coaches I just mentioned, they are from the school of thought of Guardiola. I mean, they want to play stylish football. They want to create more chances. They play from the wing, you know, they intercept so much. They want to press, eye line, you know, formation. You know, they want to be like, wow, what's happening here? You know, they want to, like, it's like a short film. But trust me, the likes of Ancelotti, the likes of Carlo Ancelotti, the likes of Moyes, I mean, going to Everton and, you know, lifting them out of the
completely out of the relegation zone. They are no longer there. They can't get relegated.
I mean, if you're playing a 4-3-3, let's play 4-3-3. If you're playing 4-2-3-1, play 4-2-3-1. Likewise goes to the Nottingham Forest coach Espirito De Santos.
Yeah.
I mean, he shows the tactics are working. I mean, it was sacked at Tottenham, and
but he did it at Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolves spell gave him a chance at Tottenham, but you know, Daniel Levy not too cool-headed. You know, he was not comfortable with the kind of, and don't forget that Tottenham has their own problem too. Daniel Levy is acting like an American. You know, he doesn't like to sign players, and he wants results.
He wants to make all the money.
You know, he wants to make all the money, spend less, and make money. But it's not working. But this man went to Nottingham Forest. He lifted them. He started the season
last season.
He started the season as if there was nothing happening. But at the beginning of this new season, you could see that they are making magic.
The owner was congratulating them.
Yes.
Interestingly, we have 2 of our boys there. One of them doing very, very well online.
Of course.
Unfortunately, this has not been one of the best seasons for Taiwo when he got injured a couple of times as well. Chris Wood is in the form of his life, so he has shut him out of the first 11 completely. Now he only has a couple of minutes almost every game. Sometimes he doesn't even play at all.
I'm still surprised Chris Wood is one of the contenders for the Golden Boot because because this is a man who was shown out of the Manchester United squad, and I mean, it was like this man does not know what he's doing. But look at him, as tall as he is, he's making use of his fine feet, his fine legs, and you can see him scoring goals, bagging goals. He even scored against Liverpool. I mean,
all right, raising it up a little here in the studio is telling you what happened yesterday. 1-1 draw. We talked about it earlier the other time. A 1-1 draw between Arsenal and Manchester United. An interesting game here yesterday. Of course, it was looking a little boring and all of that. Before there was a foul caused by Leandro Trossard. Yes, Leandro Trossard. And step up, Portuguese Wizkid. Bruno Fernandes. Fantastic free kick. You might not find free kicks like that beating David Raya too many times.
That was so clinical.
Very clinical. And somehow Arsenal found a way of coming back. We've talked about earlier.
Yeah.
But very quickly, the relegation battle looks like it is almost done and dusted. Southampton can't stop losing. Leicester City signed Ruud van Nistelrooy. They still can't stop losing. And finally, Ipswich, the man who could have gotten the job. What's his name again now? He was the one that Chelsea wanted him at some point. It was between him and Enzo Maresca. And then they somehow got Maresca. They said they liked this pattern of playing. And look at him now, struggling with relegation, even though he didn't have much money to really buy players. Looks like 3 of them are going down as it stands because there's a 5-point gap between them and Wolves. So even if Wolves can't stop losing or drawing, or most times they are losing, the other guys below them are equally losing. Yeah, so but very quickly, Chelsea and Cole Palmer, what's going wrong? Chelsea won 1-0. They found a way to score one, but Cole Palmer has been out of form, not scoring, and even losing a penalty for the very first time.
You could tell. You could tell the man needs to see a psychologist. The man is.
What's wrong with him?
Yes. You know, when morals are down, when it's like the world is falling apart.
He has not scored in about 7 games.
Yes, when it looks as if the odds are not favoring you, you're just weary, you're just down, and you're finding a way to spike up your energy and go back to the happiness from you are. I mean, they say London is not hot, it's not cold anymore. But I still believe in Cole Palmer. He's the most stylish player you can find in Premier League. I mean, he's proven himself, won back-to-back player, youngest player of the year in the Premier League. And I mean, for now he'll be down, but trust me, he'll come up.
All right, let's switch over now to Spanish La Liga. Barcelona, Osasuna unfortunately could not play. Reports had it that the doctor of Barcelona died in the hotel. Just that same day they were to play. A few hours or even minutes, who knows, because they announced that they were not going to play again about 30 minutes before the game. Kickoff. But somehow, sad one. Even Real Madrid players were condoling with Barcelona and the family of the deceased. So sad. But for Real Madrid eventually won. Scored 2 goals in the first half. Vallecano scored back, and towards the end of the game, it was looking like it was going to be draw. One of those games for Real Madrid, where somehow the opponent to score in 89 minutes, and that was it. But somehow they got all 3 points, courtesy of goals from Kylian Mbappe and the wonderful world award-winning goal from Vinny Jr. Look at that goal.
I think you are exaggerating this.
No, that Vinicius goal.
I mean, you are exaggerating.
It was big on the internet.
I mean, we all know how the ball went on through. If you are scoring that kind of a goal against Vallecano, then who are you expecting?
Oh, so for you it's about the opponent, not about the goal.
Not about the goal.
So the goal was good, but because
of course the goal was good. I mean, right from the beginning of the match, you could see they were a bit suppressed. The Vallecano players, they tried to do magic, try to get the goal.
Remember that they've drawn very recently against Real Madrid.
Of course.
In the last couple of months, they've been stressing Real Madrid.
Because Madrid too, they are not in their finest form. If we know Almighty Madrid 6 or 7 goals.
Scored a penalty courtesy of Solot. And guess what? In the last few minutes of the game, Getafe scored one. And not just one, they scored the second goal. You needed to have watched that game. If you didn't watch that game, please go and watch the highlights. Atletico Madrid players were stunned. Their manager was shocked. Not what you expect from your team when you are going to be playing the second leg of the Champions League, tough Champions League decider against Real Madrid in a couple of days. Yeah.
So sad. Courtesy of a record in the very dire minutes of the game, but it was so sad that Diego Simeone could not manage the game till the end. I mean, you win, you're 1-0 up, and as at 80 to 85, there were 2 goals interval.
My goodness.
So sad, sad. But not against a team like Getafe. They've been consistent when it comes to the kind of play, and we know them to be very dangerous. I mean, we know them to be the Greenwood and the likes. They could do damages, and they did what they had to do just to make sure they get the 3 points.
All right, very quickly move over to what is happening in the Serie A, the Italian Serie A. Inter Milan defeated Monza 3-2. But guess what? Atalanta crushed, brushed, destroyed Juventus. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4-0. Of course, Ademola Lookman, our own very Ademola Lookman, African Footballer of the Year this year, scored one of the goals. Of course, Retegi, current highest goal scorer in the Serie A, equally scored a penalty. And, you know, reports have it that the manager of Atalanta, Gasperini, has come out to say that for the remaining games of the season, their captain will be Ademola Lookman. I mean, perhaps because of the controversy.
Yes.
You know, a lot of
it was a good way to, you know, to appreciate his good efforts and, you know, commend him for the great work he has done for Atlanta. Without Lookman, we know what Atlanta would have been. He was out in a few weeks, and they were in shambles. They were able to manage to win 5-0 against Empoli, and that was it.
Now the gap in Italy is not much anymore.
Of course,
still topping is Napoli.
Of course, that's smart for you.
Yeah, but it's about there's a point between them and
of course.
Inter Milan, and then there's Atalanta just 3 points off.
I mean, that's mathematics for you.
A few weeks ago, they were about 7 or 8 points off.
Yeah. Even the likes of Inter Milan struggled to win to win their game against AC Monza.
Napoli won their own game against Fiorentina 2-1. Very quickly, we move on to talk about the French league, which is almost done and dusted. 4-1, PSG against Rennes. And the funny thing here is that Paris Saint-Germain virtually benched all their big boys because they have a game against Liverpool.
Almighty Liverpool on Tuesday.
And their manager said that they're going to bring fire and bring
Enrique.
to Anfield. But we'll see what happens. In Germany, all the big boys lost. Bayer Leverkusen lost 0-2 against Bremen. Bayern Munich lost. They were 2 goals up.
And they
lost that
3-2
game 3-2
to Bochum.
Borussia Dortmund, they've been on a losing spree, or they've been on the top seat of this spree this season.
They be like
Augsburg.
They be like this.
Like the wave of the
sea.
They lost against Augsburg, where Frank Onyeka is on loan from Brentford. Our own Frank Onyeka.
Good one.
So for investors, if you had gone the other way in those 3 games,
it won't have been bullish.
Pick on looks like the league in Italy. In
the Bundesliga,
in Germany.
It's a bit critical, but I think Bayern is definitely winning the league for me. I think
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Bayern Munich.
Not Bayern
Leverkusen.
Anyway, they meet again in the Champions League.
Of course.
They won 3-0.
A tough one.
Yeah.
A tough one. I mean, 3-0, and they are.
Is it not over? Is it not over?
I don't think it's over. Because
you think Bayern Leverkusen can come back?
Because Leverkusen is at home. They are hosting Bayern now. And Bayern has not been so exceptional in the Champions League. They were battling with Celtic in the round of 6, in the qualifying round. And imagine, in the round of 16, they managed to have a 3-0 lead because it's same home side they are playing with Bayern Leverkusen. But let's see what happens in the coming days.
All right, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, what do you think?
I think it's a tough one too. I mean, knowing what knowing what Atletico can do with a 1-goal full-time match, they could go to the extra time and battle it off.
Liverpool PSG.
It's a tough one too.
Just 1-0.
That's
what we saw.
Yes, considering how the likes of Bakolo and Dembele almost hijacked the win against Liverpool.
Salah went lost.
Yes. It shows that PSG are on top of their game, and if they can bring that kind of energy they put in the first leg, they can actually defeat Liverpool in this second leg.
All right, let's quickly talk about Eric Chelle and his boys are, of course, a long list. Carry the Bankole of Remo Stars. Ahmed Musa is back in the list. Kelechi Iheanacho, Ejuke. I mean, which players do you think? Finally, Tolu Arokodare has been on our front page almost at the point I was like,
even Deza.
Arokodare is everywhere.
Arokodare, I mean, shunning the Belgium league, you know, he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere. Scoring goals.
Always hitting the headlines.
I'm even surprised. I'm even surprised they didn't call Gift Orban.
Yeah, Gift Orban was the only major person that was not,
because he was also on fire in Lyon before moving down to Offenham. And even in Offenham, he scored a couple of goals. I think last month or 2 months ago. And obviously, these are the kind of players we need in the squad. Players who the opponents or would come create a kind of impression in the minds of our opponents, and we kind of just keep testing them and find the ones that can fit in. Because if you keep sticking to the normal 23-man squad we've been calling, the likes of Boniface, Victor Osimhen, these players need to rest at some point, and we can just try, because we can't be the country with the highest international stars and be losing woefully.
Now we need to win the next 2 games coming up this match.
Obviously.
I think it's a good one. Eric Chelle called up all the guys. Hopefully we have a fantastic
his workaholic finally paid off. I mean, the kind of players he selected, it shows he has foresight and is ready to.
But Ahmed Musa, some people are saying Ahmed Musa should not.
We need experience. Shegun, we need experience in the national team. You could see a lot of jicky-jockey kind of football. This one, the midfield don't know what to do. You have the likes of Ahmed Musa who will come to the team and say, "This is how we usually play." Take up the mantle and control the team. This is how we usually play it. I mean, kind of ginger the
guy
team.
Has been at the World Cup.
Of course,
highest scoring Nigerian at the World Cup.
Of course,
so he understands what
he was at the Nations Cup with Joseph Yobo, the one in 2013. I mean, we know the kind of leadership he can bring on board.
All right, it's time for us to go now. The Nigerian Premier Football League is last, but like I said earlier, Remo Stars are having a fantastic season.
I think they've won the win.
It looks like they've won it. I mean, everybody, most people are actually calling them champions. Waiting. There's an Ikorodu United who is chasing a continental slot at the moment. This was a team that was deep in relegation. Fighting relegation. And they found their way.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
That was a shocker. That was a shocker.
We have to go now. Unfortunately, time is not our friend. Thank you very much, Adili Sulaimon, for being a part of today's program.
It's a pleasure to be
hopefully,
here.
We'll have you again next week. Thank you very much to you, our viewers, for watching. Because like I always say, without you guys there, definitely we won't be here. Thank you very much for being a part of this production. God willing, we will be here again next week, Monday, to give you another dose of Punch Sports Extra.